Yeah.
We live. What up?
What's happening, ladies and gentlemen? What's really good? What's up? What's up, Lamont? What's up, Maynard? What's
Are we
happening
live?
on this?
We
We are
live.
live.
I
No,
just said
Maynard.
you
Maynard did
right,
not.
Lamont.
He
It's
was.
my show. I get to go no intro tonight.
He's like,
Wait,
no intro, no nothing. Just
wait.
should we
Raw.
do like they do on Instagram? We're just gonna sit here and wait for about a hundred
For the
people to
people to
show
come
up.
in.
Maybe I like
Yeah.
some raw.
We're gonna wait for about 100 people to, you know what I'm saying, show up, and then we're gonna go from there. Then we're gonna make it happen. And then we're gonna, you know what I'm saying, then we're gonna start talking when 100 people comes. That's what we're gonna do.
Wait,
So
wait, wait, wait,
That's
wait.
what we're gonna do when we get 100.
when we get 100, then we're gonna start talking. So, you know, if you are on with us right now, you need to tell your
Tell
friends
your
and tell
friend
your
to tell a
friend.
friend.
You know what I'm saying, that we are on live and we are, you know, what's going on. What's up, Payne? Thanks for tuning in. I don't know who else is on with us right now, but if you are on with us, we can't see you, but you know what I'm saying, make a comment. Let us know who's on with us and where you at and how's it going and what's the deal. I was trying to share this, but
We
this
got
won't
some
let me
hearts
share.
already. That's what's up. That's what's up.
Who's up? Who's up? Who else is here?
Some no, I mean we got some hearts, some people, loving us for coming up and doing nothing
Hearts.
so far.
Hearts don't let us know who they are.
No, it doesn't.
How can I share this joint? Why can't it won't share on my page?
I feel like Maynard ambushes already, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Well, what are you gonna do? That's what Maynard does. He's an ambusher.
The homegirl Danielle Scott is on.
What's up, Danielle? Hey, yo, thank you so very much, Danielle, for sharing that Enslaved with Samuel L. Jackson. She was the one who first, you know what I'm saying, put it up. And then I went to go and watch it.
Big
That was a
Frank.
really good documentary, you know what I'm saying, on on enslavement. And did you watch it, Lamont?
It's so much on the list because I had a list too. Which one was that? That was on. That wasn't on Netflix, was it?
No, that was on Amazon Prime and like Epics.
Oh no, that's the one you sent me. You got, I don't have that over here.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, it was really interesting about the one.
Payne voted.
I
That's what's
think
up.
episode 2 they talk about like the oh man, don't give me the line. I don't know, but anyway, it talks about Christianity and about how the Pope and the Catholic Church in the beginning before slavery in Spain, and what they were doing was they basically was trying to get, of course, we already know what the story is. They were trying to get everybody to convert to Christianity,
Okay.
all the Africans to, convert to Christianity. However, even when the Africans was converted to Christianity, they still were like, oh, they're still beneath us. They are still not, there's still no significant. Doesn't matter if they, convert to Christianity or not. They're still not, they still got black skin.
So
So
can we talk about Jesus for a second?
Jesus.
Do we have show notes? What are we
I'll
doing?
listen.
Yeah.
I got show notes. I'll send the show notes out.
I'm about to say I
do my
remember
job.
seeing them.
I
So
do my job.
okay. So can we talk about Jesus for a second?
Of course, real quick. This is Happy Talk, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out to Frank. What up, Frank? What up, Payne?
Jesus. See,
What
Grimy.
up, Cameron? All right, go ahead with the Jesus talk.
So I'm wondering, and am I wrong? Because I was having a conversation with my mom the other day. Because I went to Detroit to go check on some of my people, and my mother is what you might call like a super Christian, right? She has like
Super Christian.
yeah, she has like platinum status, a million points. You know what I mean? Her punch card's been punched, so she can hit you with that Bible back and forth and the whole shebang, right? So I was having a conversation about some things in the Bible, and then it just hit me, and I'm wondering, am I wrong? I said, Mama, I really believe that a lot of things in the Bible are true. I said, but there's some things in the Bible that I have a problem with. And I said, Mama, I would spit in the face of any pastor, slap him in his mouth, probably his family, if we ever had to have this conversation about slaves obey your earthly masters. You know that whole part in the Bible about the slaves?
Back in
You
Ephesians.
will just not let that go.
No, I'm not. I'm
Back
not
to
because
Ephesians.
I know a lot of these customer reps for Jesus be still out here preaching that
Customer
in the
reps.
street. You know what I'm saying? Subconsciously. So my question to you all is, was I wrong? Was that a little too aggressive? Should we be out here slapping preachers that be out here preaching?
Yeah, you're wrong. You should not be out here slapping preachers. You shouldn't be out here slapping anybody, but you know.
I mean, but what about Jerry Kushner, who just said today, like, you blacks, you shiftless blacks should be, what did he say, Maynard? It was something really retarded. Oh,
I'm
you
not
didn't get
involved
that,
with
Maynard?
that.
We can't hear you, Maynard. You the boss.
Look, I didn't hear that comment.
Oh,
Jerry?
he basically said that Donald Trump has done, a lot for black people, still doing a lot for black people, and that basically we should be grateful for the things that he has done.
Right.
Oh,
That's
thank you,
paraphrasing.
bro. Thank you, Mr. Trump. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you,
Well,
sir.
can we get into that? Because I
So wait. I didn't
Okay,
get
I'm
Maynard's
sorry.
piece on me slapping the preacher. Let me just get that off my chest. Was that a little too strong for my mom?
For your mom?
I mean, I believe that, but I believe any preacher that says that should be slapped.
Look,
Especially the black
one. Lamont, you and I have basically been on the same side with Ephesians and obey your earthly master. I always feel like, this is my question, and I go back and forth with my homie on this, and Spud being the resident Christian scholar here, Moses said, let my people go, right? Moses said that God said, let
allegedly,
my people
because
go.
that's in the book.
Huh?
And I'm sorry, man, not to cut you off. Also, I got another problem with the Bible, and I'm sorry, man, but please hold that.
Okay.
And man, I mean, Spud, you can have some of this too. I said I always had this question about
Pause.
this King James version, because I said, Mama, I'm not understanding how, if I'm looking through the lens of King James and understanding that some of the things that he even talked about, he didn't even believe in. That's not what he did. He didn't honor his mother and father. Like, dude was like foul. And I'm like, Mom, I never understood that until I was 25, 30 plus.
Well,
okay, I'm sorry, man. I'm done.
King didn't care nothing about. He didn't care nothing about religion. He just wanted to get a divorce, and he wanted to stop paying. He wanted to stop kicking up to the top. Remember, the Vatican was like Tony Soprano. I was like, yo, let me dip my beak in, right? That's how they. So the Vatican wanted their peace, and King James also was like, well, if I'm gonna give you my peace, I want to get this divorce. And they were like, you can't get a divorce. So he was like, you know what? You start a new church where I get to get a divorce and I ain't got to give you no money.
So it's kind of like the whole, death row thing. If you want somebody all up in the videos, come to death row.
Actually, it's the opposite. If you don't want anybody all up in the video.
If you don't want the Pope all up in the video with the big hat.
Okay, all right, I'm done. I just had to get that off my chest. Okay. I love you, Mama.
But yeah, that was a little aggressive to say that you're going to smack the preacher in front of your mama. I mean, to say that to your mama, that was...
Hey, man, it's 50 or something else. That's all I'm saying. I'm just looking at stuff a little different.
Right. The Vatican does have a brother now, the first African-American cardinal, or first African cardinal appointed by the Pope. And Pope Francis came out and said, you know what? Gay marriage, we might as well let that go.
Yeah, but Maynard, I got an issue with you talking about a brother, because John James, the guy who's running for senator in the state of Michigan, just because you a brother, that don't mean nothing. He's a classic example.
All skin folk ain't kinfolk.
You feel what I'm saying? So I'm not, applauding, you know what I mean, that you're a brother. Clarence Thomas in a couple hours is going to be swearing in. He's going to do the two-step shuffle. He's going to put a little polish on his face. And so he's a brother too, by skin color. But Clarence ain't down with us, dog.
Right, but we can't talk about this man. We don't know this man that we talking about right now. We don't know who he is. So let's be easy right now.
So let's give him a little chance to jerk us first. I'm sorry, Spud. Take the train. I'm all over the place.
You talking about somebody we don't know nothing about yet.
I hear you. Okay.
Can we talk about John James or we talk about Clarence Thomas?
No, we talking about the dude, the brother that became a cardinal in the Vatican.
Okay. Speaking to that point, can I ask, because it seems like we ridicule those who are not on the, I guess, black folk train, or the Hotep train, as Lamont would call it. I mean, is that a problem? It's kind of like, Lamont just called out John James. As we segue into our first topic and we talk about, Ice Cube and Charlemagne and, Kanye and all these, other different people, let's start with the Ice Cube thing, because I kind of missed it. So bring me up to speed, and then let's kind of dive into it. So, from my understanding, we all know that Ice Cube was trying to do the contract for Black America, and I guess he met with the Democrats and he met with the Republicans. Well, he met with Donald Trump, right? And so the Donald and the Republican Party basically extended an olive branch to Ice Cube, and the Democrats basically said, "We'll get back to you." Is that right? Because I'm not really clear on why people are all of a sudden calling Ice Cube a coon.
Lamont, you want to start?
No, this is way up your lane because only thing I'm really gonna say about Cube has nothing to do with his question.
Well, I think the big thing is that Cube gave his contract with Black America, and then Trump lifted and created the Platinum Plan. It appears from the outside that Cube is, on that down with them program, that he's down with Trump. Now, this is correct that Cube went to the Democrats and they said we need to talk after the election about certain things. The one thing, and I'm not going to be an apologist for nobody tonight, but the one thing is the plan that Cube has. If you check Joe Biden's May web post, which is still on the Joe Biden thing, the Lift Every Voice plan, all the things that Cube has, Biden had listed back in May. So it's kind of a scenario where people are saying, well, we never heard about it. We didn't hear. We don't know why. We didn't go to the website. Now, your man has just done a really good job, and he always does a good job of saying, I've done more for Black people than anyone. I'm gonna take the Platinum Plan, which sounds like you go to the strip club and get free wings, all flats, extra crispy or something. I don't know what the Platinum Plan's supposed to be about. But I think we have to recognize that it had been there, and the idea that they were like, that the Dems were like, yo, Cube, right now, we're working on something, and we think that what you got is cool. We need to focus over here for a moment while we try to get this
So are
election.
you saying that Ice Cube jacked Joe Biden's plan?
I'm saying it was out there in May, and if you look at the plans and you look at what's discussed, the similarities are significant.
Okay. If that's the case, then why wouldn't they say, hey, this is kind of already what we have in place. Let's just merge together. I mean, I would think that Ice Cube would be a very powerful voice for the Biden administration if they already, are in sync with the same plan.
I think there were lots of pieces that were there that are similar. And probably even overlap. And I think there's some pieces where they go in two different directions. Not necessarily that one direction is better than the other, but I think at the same time this was May when they rolled it out. We hadn't, Kamala had yet not been named, I don't believe. There were still things that were occurring, and that had things kind of Joe hadn't even actually officially secured the nomination. So, Cube was talking to the Democratic Party, which could up to include more than Joe Biden. So there's a possibility that he's saying, well, I got to put myself in position to actually get the nomination, and I got some things I'm working on. Holla at me in a little bit. And, by the time we see Cube actually come out with his thing, Trump had co-opted it and said, yeah, we're working with Cube now.
Lamont?
I mean, I'll just go and hit on all that. But here's my thing. Y'all remember, they always say you should always dress for the job that you want, not the job that you have. I'm looking at O'Shea like, yo, dog, like, what are we doing? You know what I mean? Even before you open your mouth, like, and you old enough to know and understand, like, What is that about? Just your presentation. Let's just start in the beginning with that, my guy. It's like, can
Why
we
does he have
work
to have
on
a
that?
presentation? Why does he have to have
Come
a
on, man. You
presentation?
saw
Why
him on.
can't Cube just be Cube? He's always been Cube. Why does he have to come with the tap dance? I mean, we went through this
No,
whole situation in
no,
2016
no,
where,
no.
Steve Harvey and, Ray Lewis and Kanye and everybody went up there. And then we got, what I'm saying, all mad at, all the black people who went and had a conversation with Cube. I
No,
mean, with Trump. Now
you're
we're
not
having,
listening.
I'm saying,
You're
the
not letting me
same issue.
finish. You're
No,
not
you
letting me
are
finish.
saying, this is what you're saying. You're saying the presentation should have been
No,
addressed first. You
no, no.
basically talk about the big long beard and the
Yes,
Scully hat.
yes.
That's what you're talking
Yes.
about.
O'Shea. You really on the quiet before you open your mouth. You making us look bad like that. How about that?
But why? Why? This is my point tonight, right? Why do we have to tap dance for something? And that was been Ice Cube's thing the entire time. He's like, yo, I don't care who's the situation. Whoever's gonna give us the situation is what it's gonna be. He don't care nothing about no Democrats. He don't care nothing about no Republicans.
Well,
Ice Cube don't go to no, he ain't been to no Oscars. He ain't been. I think he's been there once. So why does Ice Cube have to shave the beard, take off the Scully, not look like America's Most Wanted, to go and have a conversation with Donald Trump?
I don't think that's the issue. I don't think that's the issue. I think
Well,
the
to
issue
some of
comes,
us, that is part of the issue.
that
It's
might
actually
be
an
part of
embarrassment.
what
It's
Lamont's issue is.
It's kind of an embarrassment, to be honest with you.
Okay.
And I'm not saying that you got to get a Brooks Brothers on or whatever it is, but if you want to prop yourself and you want to be a representation of the black community, that's what we doing.
Why? What? But Ice Cube's voice, doesn't it speak more than?
No, he sings and fucking dances. He's a singer and a dancer.
Oh man! Oh man! Oh man!
That's what he is.
So
What qualifies him to be some sort of economist,
well,
to be some
let's
sort of
back up.
policy maker?
Let's back
Because
up.
you
So
singing and dancing?
we know that,
Well, Ice Cube's
Cube,
done a little bit more than that now, Lamar.
we know that Cube went
He
and
made
got
a
some
movie about
economists.
being home alone or whatever it was he did. He made some funny
He's
slapstick
got the
movie
big three.
where he's bouncing a ball through a hole and cutting the cord in half. And had to get Steve Bannon's band to put up half the keys.
Listen, I'm not going to savage Cube right now. There are some pieces. There are some pieces that I got problems with. But Cube did go and get some accredited PhDs to participate with him. Here's my thing. And Boyce Watkins, who I'm not a big fan of, but okay, he said this one thing, and it's a double-edged sword. He said that the Angela Rye's of the world, that the Jesse Jacksons, whoever, they have done a good job of corralling black people into a group and then selling access to those black people to others. Why do we not think that Cube is doing the same thing?
Selling access?
Yes. Hold on. Let me show you how it happened multiple times.
Ice
Okay.
Cube?
Let me show you how it happened, and then you'll see it. It's very simple. A long time ago, there was a whole thing. We all been in radio and record industry for a long time. We know about the infamous Katz memo. A particular reverend, a political activist reverend, blew up a couple of companies, and they went to those companies and they said, if you don't do business with black folks, we're going to blow you up. Okay. So they were like, okay, we're going to do business with black folks. And then that reverend and a couple of his homies were like, wait a minute. Before you go and do this business with these black people, I got this company, this ad agency over here that you should do your business through them, and I get a check. We saw it happen again. Faith-based initiative money. All of a sudden, in 2003, George Bush comes out with this faith-based initiative concept, and all these pastors, black pastors, lined up to talk horrible things about gay marriage. They got checks. They opened up schools or whatever they did, and Bush wrote this money off to them, and then we ain't heard about faith-based initiatives ever since. But they got their money. Why wouldn't anybody be able to say, let me line up a handful of black people and then go to the people who are prepared to buy them and say, look, D. Trump, if you're going to put money into the black community, I already got an organization of black people. Why don't you just go ahead and drop that cash on me and my clique? And I'll spend the money and teach these black folks the way you want them to be taught.
Cube.
What makes you? Is Cube a businessman?
I don't know, man. I don't know, dog. I mean, I love y'all both, but it seems to me like y'all both are reaching on this situation with Cube. This was not even the conversation. The conversation was, why is it an issue for him to go and have a conversation and a meeting with Donald Trump to talk about advancement for Black America? Lamont saying that the man shouldn't address the way he is, and Maynard, you basically saying that he ain't really got black people's interest at heart, that he really just want to be able to get a check, and he's just gonna go, it's gonna funnel through, and he's gonna, basically finance his big three, and he's gonna finally get somebody, more people on there, and everything's gonna be good.
All I'm saying is, he might.
I mean,
Cube might come up with some really dope stuff and say this is it, but that don't mean that he wouldn't prevent himself from getting paid. And let's be honest. I was looking at some things, particularly where Boyce was talking about, and he was saying these same things about other blacks. He was saying this about Angela Rye. He was saying this about Jesse Jackson. But what is he also saying? Oh, somebody who can get 3-4 million black people to follow them on Twitter or follow them on Instagram or follow them on whatever, or they're poised to capitalize on that following. I mean, it is what it is. Why do we ascribe to Cube, the man who basically wrote songs that were, I don't know, a bitch is a bitch? Is that uplifting? I mean, if he's going to talk about black women like that, why wouldn't he sell us out? I mean, we think of him as hardcore and real because he says some stuff that was hardcore and real sounding, but
he did write Arrest the President.
So also what you're saying, Maynard, was that really him? Because he was in the art of entertaining. He was a singer and a dancer. He was like Mantan, right? Same thing, right?
Mantan.
I'm here to entertain you.
Oh my God.
And he has built a business on entertainment. And again, I get it. But I think what Maynard is saying, and I said it the same way, is his presentation was just bad. His timing was bad. I think at least if you were going to make that push towards both campaigns, you could have did that a long time ago as well, because of course they said the plan was done a long time ago, and that's fine. But I'll say again, I bet you when it comes time to go get some money for some funding for the big three, he's not going to show up like he did on Fox 5 this morning. Not happening. He's going to cut his hair and he's going to take care of business.
I'm looking at Trump's people like, we know that they went out and they were like, we're going to make a concerted effort to go and exploit our relationship with Kanye. A concerted effort to exploit our relationship with Candace Owens. A concerted effort to why Cube would you lend if you are credible with this? And I'm not here to say that Cube is a non-credible person. If you are credible, why would you lend your credibility to a man who is absolutely not credible? Like, I mean, he told them white folks he was going to build them a wall. He told them he was going to come up with pre-existing conditions. He's going to come up with a healthcare plan. He told them 15 things. If he lied to them, why you think he ain't going to lie to your black ass?
Come on, man. But that's Spud's boy.
That's Ice Cube.
That's Spud people.
Hey, I'm not even about to even sit up here in front. Ice Cube is my man. All right, I'm riding with Ice Cube. Period. Regardless if you went with the Democrats or if you went with the Republicans, no matter what, I'm riding with Ice Cube. Period.
Did you vote for him?
Yes. Would I vote for Ice Cube?
No. Did you vote for him?
There's nothing to vote for.
Did you vote for Biden Harris?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, then you can say what the hell you want to say. Then I don't care.
Yeah, I did. Of course. All right.
I'm not telling nobody who I voted for. It's none of your goddamn business.
We already know who you voted for, and that's fine.
Okay.
All right, so let's move on to Diddy and the Black Party. And what is this Black Party? And should we move on? Should we move from the Democratic Party and move to the Black Party? Maynard?
Well, I watched Diddy, and I watched what he said. And one of the things he said or what he basically was trying to say is he's not asking us to leave the Democratic Party for his party. He's not suggesting that it's an either or situation.
Well, what is he suggesting?
He's suggesting
because Sean only got about 3.5 seconds when I heard him even speak on this.
Right.
I said, let me go in here and cut my toenails.
He's suggesting that you remain in the Democratic Party or the Republican Party or whatever party you belong to, but over here in this think tank, if you will, we will discuss what you should be taking back to the Democratic Party or the Republican Party to tell them what we want. Let me say this. I don't want to follow Diddy on this. I mean,
why not? He made great records. If we follow Spud's philosophy,
Ice Cube follows the philosophy.
Because Ice Cube was a good singer and a dancer, and he said, "F the police." We should be listening to him. So why are we not listening to Sean?
I don't think we should be listening to either one of them.
Okay.
Who should we be listening to?
I think we should be listening to ourselves on a lot of these issues. I hate
that I'm in so much agreement with Maynard. I swear to God, I hate that. Come on.
First of all, this is the problem with Diddy. Is sometimes I don't know what's going on, but is he moving? You know what, Spud? You're killing me over there. Is he moving with emotion too much?
My thing is going crazy on me.
I think he's moving with too much because literally 3 months ago he was like, "We holding our vote hostage. We holding it hostage." Right. And here we are 3 months later. Oh, I was wrong. I made a mistake, and I think I spoke out of turn. And now I want to do something different. And right now, until you can show me, Diddy, that you 4 years ago you were Mr. Vote or Die, and then we're gonna hold the vote hostage. Why are you so violent with the vote? Vote or die, and hold the vote hostage. What kind of foolishness is that? And now I done made a mistake, and you want to change your ways. I need a little bit more stability from somebody who says they want to be a leader, and you're a little bit all over the place with yours.
Sorry, y'all, I'm all over the place. But listen, what is wrong with basically establishing a party that says we want to vote for our best interest? We complain and we talk ish about, neither one of these parties are doing anything for us, that we're not getting anything done when it comes to voting for, Republicans or Democrats. And now here Diddy is saying, listen, why can't we form our own party so that way we are basically, getting the things that we want? It's everything that what's my man from Paranomics? What's the guy's name?
Claude,
who wrote Paranomics?
Claude, right?
Dr. Claude Anderson. Yeah. It's everything that Dr. Claude Anderson says. If you don't have any control of your vote, you ain't got no control. These things have been going on and been happening to us since the beginning of time, since political parties have been happening. And now Diddy is saying, no, let's just form our own party. Why can't we join?
That's not what he's saying.
Okay.
Go back and watch. He said, no, we should probably continue to belong to the political parties that we belong to. But we need to have a think tank over here called the Black Party or whatever, where we discuss what individually we should go back to the political parties we belong to and say to them, this is what we think we want. And which basically means, and here's the other reason why. You can't do this thing with 180 degrees of emotion. One day you say this, the next day you say that, and then how do we know in 10 days that Diddy wouldn't change his mind and say something all the way different? He's not provided us any stability that we should be like, okay, yeah, I can go with that. He literally said, hold the vote hostage. And then he said, I was wrong. I shouldn't have said that. I want to do something different now. You too shaky with yours. That's not how you run an operation if you think you're going to be the leader or something.
That's how he ran Bad Boy.
And we see what that is now, right?
I didn't want to say that, Lamont. I didn't want to say that. I didn't want to say that.
And listen, don't get it twisted. For a minute, Bad Boy was a soundtrack to our lives, man. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man.
Yeah, I ain't got it.
And we heard the stories at Bad Boy. Come on now. We all know people that worked at Bad Boy. You know what I'm saying? It's all good.
All right. Can we see Lamont, why are you in your feelings this week? Can you please?
we didn't have a chance to talk about this in our pre-production meeting that we didn't have, but I want to change this. I don't want to be in my feelings anymore. Can we call it like deprogramming? Because I'm not in my feelings, man. But ever since I got the AARP card in the mail, and I just feel like we just get programmed. Just
Let me say, I'm cutting you off for a reason. People who are watching, let me just say this to you guys. This is the things that happen behind the scenes on this podcast. We come up with something, and one of the black men that is on this podcast changes it. Not just in pre-production meetings, on the show.
Yes, that's how. Listen,
I just want to just give you 2 stripes because this is the second time that you've changed something on the show.
Well, it's okay. This is under the guidance of where Maynard is steering us. You know what I mean?
Okay, whatever that guidance is.
Yeah.
Is it my fault?
Yeah. I'm sorry, Maynard.
It's my fault.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
So, to add to the list of documentaries, this is part of a deprogramming I think we all need. There's a documentary on PBS. It's called Driving While Black. And definitely is something that you need to put on the list. If you don't catch it on PBS, you can just Google it, and it can you can actually watch the entire documentary online. But basically, the premise of the documentary, it talks about the history of the automobile, in the and how it impacted Black Americans all the way going back to the piece on, the slavery through, it was just a great historical piece, even before the automobile was, created. But one of the segments in the thing when it talked about driving while black, it talked about police and that whole piece. And the lady, she said something that really I want us to talk about because I think it's a wonderful thing about helping us understand and deprogram when we hear these terms about defunding the police and reconstructing the police. And what the lady said is that we all know that police are a metamorphosis of what the slave catcher was, of what, and the slave catcher, their main job was to be able to regulate your mobility. And with the evolution of time and technology and the automobile, is that slave catcher who's now the police, they do the same things that the slave catcher did. Where are your papers? Where you going? What you doing? The sun is down, like the sundown towns. You remember that, Maynard? How they act. Why are you in this area? That kind of thing. And I said to myself, you know what? When we talk about different police scenarios across the country, the reality is that the police are doing exactly what they were designed to do, which is restrict our mobility, to unfortunately abuse us, to unfortunately have their foot on our neck like they did George Floyd. And I said to myself, you know what? It just makes you look at things a little bit different. So my question is, in my deprogramming of everything that we got to talk, because we got to talk about Frederick Douglass too, and my new favorite show on Showtime. And I know I'm hogging my time, but we've been fed a lot of bullshit. You know what I mean? Like, the whole thing about how we going to reconstruct the police or defund, but how you going to defund something and it's operating the way it's supposed to operate, Maynard?
I said this when we got with F1. Like first of all, why are we focused on the foot soldier? The cop is doing what he's supposed to do. Asked to do.
Yes.
You can't. If we were at war and we were in Iraq somewhere fighting a war, and you got a gun, I got a gun, and we gonna go down and do what we're supposed to do. We aiming at the enemy. They don't give us the permission to negotiate peace. We are literally just carrying out the mission. I almost can't even blame the cops. They're doing the job they were sent to do.
Yes.
And you remember, as I said in that previous interview, redlining. If the government that you work for creates redlining and they say, this policy does not allow black people to buy homes in this community, the police officers would say, oh, okay, I think I understand what you're saying. Oh, the policy that we're putting in place prevents black people from going to school with white children in this school building. Okay, as a cop, okay, I get what you're doing. We don't want these black people to sit in the front of the bus. Oh, okay, I think we understand what you're doing. And if they do any of those things, it's your job to turn water hoses on them, to stick dogs on them, to put guns on them, to beat them across the back of the head. These cops, by and large, are literally just doing the job they were asked to do. That is the mission.
Historically.
And so you can't all of a sudden, and what Jay say, you can't change a player's game in the 9th inning.
Come on, dog. So, again, as I'm thinking about, and even though these guys are not police, they think that they are, but the militia guys in Michigan, the reality is that from a historical basis, that's what militias did, which is what they were trying to do. So I think when we start to go back into the root of a lot of things, just like in the black community, we were always told to make sure the pastor had his food first, which is the dumbest shit in America, but that's another story. We were always told to, well, you can't read, but you can read this Bible. I catch you read anything else, I'm cutting your tongue out. Am I wrong, Spud, Maynard?
Mm-hmm.
So again, just it's about asking questions, understanding history more. And we just need to deprogram a little more, man, on a lot of different things.
Isn't that what I just said? So why can't we think of new things? If you're saying that we have to deprogram, then when people are coming to the table with new ideas and new things to do, why are they questioned all of a sudden?
Because my man looks dirty, to me, he looks dirty. If he just would have went and got a haircut, man, I almost would have.
Yeah, you know what? It's okay for Ice Cube to, you know what I'm saying? It's not okay for Ice Cube to be dirty, but it's okay for the dirty white people or the militia, whatever it is that they look like, to be able to go and basically say whatever it is that they want to do, or all these other different people, these politicians and these lawmakers and these lobbyists, they can put on a suit and they can go and change the lobbies. They can go and change the laws. They can go and change the way that, you know what I'm saying, we do that. That shit we accept. But we don't want to accept Ice Cube going to basically create a contract for a betterment of Black America?
Yeah, but you still not addressing him getting a haircut. Come on, man.
Come on, man. Come on,
my issue is just timing. My issue is just simply timing. Like right now, this was not the right moment for us to think about what happened.
Why is it not the right time?
Wait a minute.
He said, wait a minute.
Diddy said, let's hold our vote hostage.
Wait a minute.
Imagine what happens. We held our vote hostage and Ruth Bader Ginsburg not lived. I mean, had lived. And although we still in the same, we got to understand that this is chess, it's not checkers. It's bigger than just think about this, just for the sake of argument. What is the value of the Black agenda if by February 700,000 or 800,000 Americans are dead, most of which would be Black people, from the coronavirus? What is the advantage of having a Black agenda if in the next year they continue to find ways, because now they have a 6-3 majority in the Supreme Court, to say, oh, you know what? We just going to take these voting boxes out of your communities. Y'all can't vote. What's the advantage of having a Black agenda? Like these mofos.
Let me stop you for a reason.
Taking mailboxes out of our neighborhoods
let me
to
go
prevent us
back
from
to something
voting.
you said to me. Let me go back to an argument you and I had about Colin Kaepernick, right? When I basically said, "Oh no, we can't beat the system," you said to me, "Oh no, forget that. We should definitely protest football, and we should be able to create, and if we have to, we could create our own league." That's what you said. Now it sounds to me like you are going against the same thing you said. But Diddy can't do the same thing? No.
Listen to what I'm saying.
You are basically saying to me, we have to basically do these things first, and then we can basically change. No. When does the change start? When does the cutoff line say, oh, okay, this is where we're going to cut it off, and this is how we are going to start our own Black agenda? So you know what? We are going to start to educate our own people about, the importance of COVID and having pre-existing conditions, as well as educating themselves and getting jobs and being able to be more entrepreneurs and so forth and so on. Why can't we start those things with the Black agenda? Why do we have to continue to pander and wait until the right time?
But why did we? No, here's the question. Why did they wait? Why did any of these individuals wait until we are 4 months? Listen, the man been in office since January 21 of January 21st of 2017. We could have been talking about the Black agenda on the 22nd. We could have been talking about the Black agenda all those years.
I agree with you.
Right.
But I think that 2020 has definitely
but
escalated the
listen,
conversation to put it in the forefront.
it's time to. This is the deal. We're in a position now when it's time to go. Like the bus is outside. We gonna get ready to get on the bus or not get on the bus. It's leaving. And here's the thing: if you dilute our vote, meaning split our vote, some go over here and some go over there, whatever, both parties win. If we don't vote, both parties win. If you remember, Spud, we've been knowing each other 20 plus years now. Okay? 20 some years ago, or whatever the case may be, we worked at a radio station where we were running ads on air begging black people to vote. Just vote. We understood that black people's power in voting was diminished. That nobody cared, right? So if we decide that we're going to hold our vote back, they're going to be like, shit, that's what we've been trying to do all along, to get y'all to not vote.
Here's what I hear you saying, which I agree with you. I'm on your side. Like, almost like, if this is your side, I'm
come on over
like,
here. Come on over. Come on over.
Like this.
Come on over.
Listen. You're saying, if I hear you correctly, hey, y'all, I know we don't like this bus. I know the same bus has been telling us that when we get on this bus and we get to the destination, that they're going to do X, Y, and Z with us, for us. So let's just get on this. And even though all those times they haven't done those things for us, let's just get on the bus this time. I know that we kind of woke up a little bit late this year, but let's get on this bus this last time. Then we can get off the bus and then we can start strategizing on the new bus. That's what I hear you saying.
You're hearing me incorrectly. First, I would say this. We've been hopping on the bus, sometimes on the bus, sometimes not on the bus, whatever the case may be. But we never said, yo, when we get on the bus, we never stood up and said, hey, this is my stop right here. Damn, this is my stop. We just said, here's our vote, and then we went home. I said this the last time we were together 2 weeks ago before we went on our vacation on Lamont's boat. Thanks for the invite on the boat too, Lamont. That was amazing. Still got some of them lobsters in the freezer, my dude. I just love it. We need to become our own Karens. White women will complain about every little thing. White women will go and write their congressman, write their senator, and then write a check and say, if you want this check next time, you're going to do what I say do.
We don't do that. Man.
Okay. All right.
I think you owe the white women an apology. That's kind of offensive, bro.
What'd you say?
That's kind of offensive to the white women, man.
Where we at time-wise?
That white women exercise power?
Yeah, where we at time-wise?
Listen, let me say this. A whole bunch of black children went missing in Atlanta. They didn't make no damn law about it. 22 black children died. It was on the news. One little white girl went missing. We got the Amber Alert. They said, oh, we ain't gonna have no white girl go missing. That ain't gonna happen. Black children went missing.
It's okay because you know what? Because Lamont will say that they weren't dressed right.
Not for the kids. You know, Lamont love the kids. I mess with the kids.
I'm kidding. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry.
They can be Asian. I mess with the kids.
Change laws and name laws after white women, white children in a snap of a finger.
But I don't know if we can just say that for white. We can't say that white women did that alone. White men were involved as well.
What I'm saying is, white men got to go home and be with who?
With white women.
And they ain't playing that. There ain't gonna be no sleep in a white woman's house in a white woman's home if she ain't happy, it ain't happening. Right? That's just the end of that. We got this thing that Barack tried to get passed, or got passed, called the Lilly Ledbetter Act. Lilly Ledbetter ain't no black woman. She don't look like no black woman you know.
So are you suggesting we all go get white women?
No, I'm suggesting that we tap into our inner white woman. We should
Speaking of
tap
Diddy,
into our
doesn't he
inner
have a white woman
Karen.
right now?
Ain't that something?
Tap into our inner Karen and say, yo, if you
Well, I
don't
don't
do
have an
this,
inner Karen,
we're gonna
man.
be on your head every
But
day.
I don't have an inner Karen.
You do have Lamont, you're the biggest black Karen I know.
Where we at on time, Spud?
I don't know. I don't keep the time.
We got 15. We got 15 to
So
go.
listen, we got 15 minutes. All right. Real quick, do we care about T.I. and Jeezy on the Versus joint?
No.
No.
Let me ask
Okay,
this
let me
though.
see.
But that new T.I. album is banging, my guy.
Yo, T.I. new joint's hot.
But
That is
Busta
hot.
Rhymes
And
said
he
smoke
embraced them young
T.I.'s way
boys.
and said, my dude, you don't want none of this. Is Bus right? But he don't T.I. don't want none of Bus?
No.
I don't think so. I think that,
Wait. You don't think Busta's right?
Yeah,
Busta's
I
right.
do.
Okay.
Yeah, no, Busta's right, definitely. I think that what one of the things that I would give Atlanta rappers credit for is all of them are number one. All of them believe that they are number one. And so I gotta give T.I. his credit for basically saying, I'm not gonna go for the Busta level. I'm gonna go higher than that because I think I'm better than Busta. Now, was he wrong in the fans' eyes? Not from Atlanta, or no, let me take that back. If you're not from College Park, then you probably are on the T.I. train. But Busta got some smashes. I mean, Busta got smashes. I mean,
is T.I. the dopest thing to come out of Atlanta?
Hell no.
No. Comes out of Atlanta, rappers, T.I. is probably
7. 8.
Probably. If probably. And probably. I mean, Jeezy's in the top 5. I mean, Luda, Outkast.
Yeah, Drew, I'm about to say you better say 3,000. I mean, it's nah.
I don't know, T.I. I mean,
he's made an impact. He gets a W on that. I get it. You know, he made some coin. He leveraged himself. He was able to put his, he married somebody who was like a local icon that did big. They had their little run, but nah, we'll pass.
Yo, Frank Williams, man, we're gonna stop putting your comments up if you keep that San Francisco 49ers logo. You know I ain't down with that.
No, keep that San Francisco 49ers up until Colin Kaepernick get his job back. There's your protest, homeboy. Listen, so I was reading an article on the Shade Room or somewhere, All Hip Hop, one of the two.
That's my first issue. Why you reading the Shade Room, black man?
What's wrong with the Shade Room? What's wrong with the Shade Room? The Shade Room is dope.
Well, here's what I'll say. The Shade Room messed around and reposted something I posted about a year ago about Flint water. I ain't gonna lie, that post got like 6 million views. So I ain't got no problem with the Shade Room.
No. That's a sister doing a thing. Ain't nothing wrong with the Shade Room. Anyways, so and now this is not our demographic, right? So excuse the conversation because it's a little bit immature. But Sweetie and the City Girls and all these, new little bitty girls, so Sweetie, right? She's basically saying, she said, if a man can't buy you a Birkin bag or pay all your bills, then you need to send him back to the streets. You don't need to be with him. City Girl said the same thing. If your man can't buy you I think Chanel bag, they said, then you don't need to be with him. If a man can't take care of you, then you don't need to be with him. Fellas, what are your thoughts on a man taking care of a woman financially 100%? Should a man take care of a woman 100% and she pays no bills?
Can you define man? And is this woman your wife or just one of your broads?
It could be either one.
No, you got to break that down a little bit further, Playboy.
If you're in a relationship.
But are you married?
If you are married, it doesn't matter. If you're married, if you're in a relationship, whatever. Some people are not married. Some people
I need clarification, Your Honor.
Okay, let's go to Maynard until you figure that out. Maynard?
Sweetie
What you say? What you wait? What you call her name? Sweetie.
That's her name, Sweetie, though.
Sweetie.
Her name is Sweetie.
You need to choke
So
on
is it
some
Sweetie
cactus.
or Sweetie?
It's Sweetie.
Sweetie.
It's SAWEETI. Sweetie.
Rakia, ain't nobody paying all your bills, Rakia. Ain't nobody doing that. And you can go
Why?
ahead and get your
Why not?
OnlyFans page together. I might subscribe, but that's a
But
whole
she got a
other
hot
thing.
single. Why wouldn't somebody not want to pay her bills forever, man? What do you mean?
Ain't nobody paying nobody's bills. Ain't nobody doing all of that. No, let back up. Let's not talk about paying the bills. The idea is if your man can't get you a Birkin bag.
How much is a Birkin bag, by the way?
Ain't that about 3G, 5G?
No. Birkin bags start. This is 5 digits, my dude.
You sure?
Yes.
They 10 grand?
20
grand?
30. Look, your wife already put it up. She's been doing her research. 32K.
Oh. Yeah.
And they only come out with a handful of Birkin bags a year. People literally, they like how Jordans are. Like when a certain pair of Jordans come out, people are literally going to meet each other and have to negotiate with each other over, like, you got them, and you might have got them for $10,000, but now you got to pay me 45 grand to get this joint. So, first of all, it's just a bag. There is nothing special about a Birkin bag. And if your life has gotten to the point where you 25 or 30 years of age and your life is incomplete unless you got a $30,000 bag, what were you doing when you had no bag? When you were 12 years of age and you were eating government cheese somewhere, what was your life horrible?
Flaming Hot Cheetos. Flaming Hot Cheetos.
Flaming Hot, right. You know what I'm saying? You can pay for a bag, but you can't buy class. That's all I'm going to say.
But you know what, Mater? Here's where I want to give them 15% of a leeway, because I've said this to y'all before. I, in my earlier life, made one of the biggest financial mistakes of my life because I listened to Jay-Z. And Jay-Z said, what is the difference between a 4.0 and a 4.6? And I went for the 4.6. And that was the worst experience in an automobile I could have ever experienced financially. It just didn't make sense. And if I could roll the clock back and get those pennies back, hey, my man, my life would be different. So I do understand that when you're at a younger age, and you do have the possibility to jerk some money off, I get it. But you can't.
Yeah, but there's a difference between jerking money off and basically setting a standard of saying, if you can't compete at this level, then you can't even be, or you have to either go back to the street, or you don't even need to even be bothered with me. Like, I understand some people in tradition, in marriage and relationships, the man is the provider. That man pays all the bills. That's the way you do it, then that's fine. But it's just ridiculous to me that you feel like if I can't buy you this particular type of bag. Listen, we on Michael Kors status around this household, all right? That's how we getting down, all right? We on the Michael Kors status in these streets. But could I buy my wife a Gucci bag or a Birkin bag if I wanted to? Probably. But
you can't
that's
go out.
Stupid.
You can't go out and get
that's just dumb.
They don't even.
It's just dumb.
The Birkin bag game, it ain't even like that. You got to pay. Period. Pay. The Birkin game is 100% pay. It ain't like, well, let me put something on it. You can't even get on the list.
I'm sorry, man. And Michael Barnett, I want to make sure I'm saying it correct. Here's what I'm wondering. And I saw somebody post this on Instagram. Other than what she's sitting on, what does she have to offer?
Nothing.
How can you really have that kind of conversation with a 571 credit score? You got medical collections calling your phone every 15 minutes. You doing Uber Eats, and not that that's a good or a bad thing, but it's like, do you know how to season some European sea bass? I mean, can you read? Do you have a library card? It's like, why am I talking to you? And I think some of the brothers need to have some conversation about why are we even entertaining this kind of foolishness? 40 to 500 G? Man,
this is the Birkin bag game. This is the Birkin bag space. Cheapest one they got up here is $33,000. What is she talking about?
Maynard, I think Spud's homie had one of them bags that day.
No. What homie I got?
You know your homie.
I
That's
don't
the
know who
space
that
we
is.
in. $33,000, $40,000 for something that is a tool. It's supposed to. You know what? I can carry stuff in. I can carry stuff in that plastic bag that I get from Kroger.
Let's not get crazy, man. Come on now. I mean, a G
I
or a
just don't
2G,
believe that I'm a.
maybe. Even
What is so
a
special
3G.
about this
You know what I'm
bag?
saying? To go to church, I might do a 3G. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, I'm good.
All right. I just wanted to know. I'm just curious because, I don't know. I mean, my son talks to me about it all the time when he's like, you know, girls nowadays are just totally different when it comes to materialistic items. And, my son's 28. You know what I'm saying? That's scary, to think that he's competing in a world where if you can't buy a woman this particular type of thing, and I'm sure all girls at that age are not like that, but unfortunately, the influence of music and rap, excuse me, puts that type of pressure and that type of influence on young girls where they like,
Yeah,
yo,
but
if
Spud,
Saweetie said that she got to have a Birkin bag, I got to have a Birkin bag. No,
no,
you
but
better get this
no, but Trina
these Willie
had to
Coach
have a
bags.
bag too, Spud. I don't know if that's
Who?
just this generation. Trina, 25 years ago, she probably
Trina
talked,
wasn't talking about no Birkin bag. Now she
but
might have
she
been talking about some Gucci or some Bergdorf Goodman, but
but
she wasn't talking about no Birkin bag at no 40 grand.
yeah, but at that time, 20 years ago, 15, 20 grand is a lot of paper. You know what I'm saying?
But wasn't no Gucci bags for no 15, 20 grand, was it?
Maybe 10. You can spend 10 G's on a Louis bag, 12,000. I
I
know when
don't
I was in
understand.
my 20s, I wasn't rocking out like that.
Listen, if you can buy it, fine. It ain't no tricking if you got it. If you got it, you got it. Nobody's tripping about that part. It is the expectation that is my issue. It is yo, you can't be with me. You can't even talk to me if you ain't got Birkin bag money.
Well, her stuff probably dusty anyway, bro. I'm good. Tell Deshaun.
She got her
That's
Birkin bag on Canal Street anyway.
right. And she probably got no life insurance. How about that?
Right. But
The,
let me
the,
get
the
Lamont,
record
as
the
our
record label
industry,
probably got more life insurance than she got on herself. How about that?
as our record industry executive here, Lamont. Let's ask a quick question. The City Girls or some of these Yin Yang twins, just to go back, what do we guess the Yin Yang twins are doing financially right now? Or what does the future look like for the City Girls 6 years from now based on history of fly-by-night rappers?
So I'll keep it 1,000. I had this conversation about 3 hours ago. If you go to Offset, we ain't talking about Offset, but I guess Offset was in L.A. and his little issue he had with the cops. But I guess either before or after that, he took Cardi B shopping, and he posted the receipt on his Insta story because somebody sent it to me. And on the Insta story, the receipt was, hold on, I don't even tell y'all no lie. The receipt was $128,000 because he uses Amex. He bought a HAUT. I don't know what the hell that is. Bag, a tote bag, HAUT. Oh, he bought a Birkin for $15,900. See, Maynard? See how the world go around? He bought Cardi B a handbag, Birkin, Cellar, 35 Rainbow, whatever that is, for $15,900. So he spent $128,000 at one shot at the mall. And I said to myself, to the person that sent it to me, I said, this is the foolishness I'm talking about because even with Cardi B, God bless her soul, but they spending money like left and right on depreciating assets because in 5 years, dog, that money ain't going to be like that. Now we spending 128 bands on bags and it's it's on 4 bags, bro. 4.
So you're saying that in a couple of years when nobody wants the City Girls album and they have bounced around to 3 different labels and they are not popping, that they're
Well,
going to
I
have to sell that
think the
Birkin
City
bag?
Girls are no different than the Temptations. They no different than the Stylistics. They ain't no different than, Confunction. They ain't rocking out here like they used to. You know what I'm saying? So I I don't want to. How do we say this?
That's the way it goes.
Put it all about just the current genre of music. That game, you only get a certain window, bro. You only
Can we
have for
take
a
this
minute.
Birkin bag down? No one's paying us for this Birkin bag advertisement.
I don't know how.
Oh, okay. That's the reason why it's still up.
You say you don't know how to take it down?
Yeah, that's what I was like.
I told you we all over the
Birkin bag
place.
has been
See,
up
that's
for
what I told
a long time.
you. Yeah. So no,
All right, are we out? It's 8
yeah.
o'clock. Thank you guys so very much for watching this episode of Three Black Guys with the Mic. We truly appreciate it. Every Monday, 7 o'clock. Tell your friend to tell a friend, to get with us. Sorry, I was all over the place today with my internet connection. It's bad. Anyways, you guys have a fantastic night. Make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube. Make sure you hit the thumbs up button where you are right now on our Facebook page. Share it on your page as well, so that way we can continue to increase our listenership, baby. We'll do it again next Tuesday, next Monday, the day before the election. Wow.
8 days to vote, y'all.
8 days to vote, y'all. Maynard doesn't think that Biden's going to do it. We will see. Y'all have a great night. Peace out.